It's the 30th of March today and I feel like I'm on garden leave. I'll tell you why in a second. Maggie's up for sale of course now, so we have her listed on Auto Trader and also on eBay. And in addition to that, Wellhouse Leisure have kindly enough put Maggie up on their Facebook and Instagram pages. So we'll see how we get on. Now as I said, I'm on garden leave today because we're getting the garden done and it's a bit of a mess. But the guys have only been here for a few hours and already all of the slabs are up. Lots of rubble being cleared from the garden and the slabs have been stacked over here next to the shed. The digger has been on the go and the main problem that the guys have had this morning, there's a beast of a tree that used to be up in this corner. The digger was at it for quite a while, and not just the digger, the guys were in with picks, shovels and saws to try and take this big tree out, and they've managed, I'm pleased to say. There it is, and there it was. So, progress actually. Progress very, very quickly. So I'm hoping this is scheduled for 3 weeks. It might go the full 3 weeks, I don't know. A bit like the house build, I'm going to keep the camera rolling and I'll let you see how we get on and periodically give you some updates on our wee campervan Maggie. Still keeping our fingers crossed. She's a lovely wee van and makes somebody a lovely wee campervan. We'll miss her. But I'm too busy at the moment to think about it because I'm going to be busy here and I might muck in a bit too. It's the 4th of April today, so a few days on. I've just been digging out that border back there, looking out for the roots so as not to damage them. I'm just going to put bark in there. I might do some underplanting. Maggie's still here, as you can see, so still up for sale. I'll just show you around the back to see how the guys are getting on. Not much to see, to be honest. There's another large tree root that's came out, a large lump of concrete as well, and we're just replacing that piece of fencing. All of these posts are just going to go along here to level out the ground to bring the path around the house. And round the back of the house, the guys are just using these 4x4 fencing posts as edging, so they've all been concreted in. And this area here, that's where the water feature will be, so I'm going to have lots of pebbles and cobbles and things in here, and the water feature will be in there. It stands about 5 feet high or so. Other than that, there's really not a great deal to say. The guys have been really busy. They've hardly stopped, to be honest. Let's face it, they've only been here a few days. There's a large pile of soil over there. The soil in this garden is actually very good, so we're going to salvage as much as this as we can, just get the roots and stones out of that, and we'll just use that to top dress the lawn. I say we, not me, the guys will be doing that. 6th of April today, and we're getting a very large delivery of aggregates, so it's like type 1 that's going to be used for laying the slabs. A lot of building sand and some other sand. It's big heavy bags anyway, and there's a lot of them. It's Easter Sunday today, so we're having a little bit of a break from doing the garden. I think we deserve a little bit of time off. Yesterday I did a bit. I made a start on doing the water feature, which is going to be located in the large planter area that we've got made out of that wood border. And it was a case of just getting the garden tools out and making a start on that. So the ground was quite solid. I had to dig around where the water feature is going to go. And what I found was, as soon as I started to get to any kind of depth, the ground was really, really hard. It was stony and there was quite a lot of roots in there, so I had to get the snippers out and take away some of the roots. And then thereafter, it was just a case of fiddling about with it, really. I got some sand from the front and I dumped the sand in once it was deep enough, and that allowed me to get a good level, because I wanted the level of the water feature to be level with the top of the boards. You'll not see it all once it's all done. It'll all be covered in gravel and pebbles. So that's what I was doing yesterday. Today, as I said, we're going to have a little bit of a day off, do something a little bit different this afternoon. We're going to go up to No Park, which is our local motorhome and caravan dealer. That's mostly what they do, motorhomes and caravans. But they do 1 or 2 vans as well. So we're going to go up there and have a look. This is the one that we quite liked, isn't it?
Yes, it is. The Chanson 33 line 3594.
Yeah.
Under 6 metres.
Yeah, so that 594 is just 594 centimetres long. You go then, have a look.
Automatic step.
See that? Well, that's one of the things on the tick list, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, that's easy. It smells nice and new.
That's because it is nice and new. These front seats presumably swivel round. Oh look, this one here is swivelling round very easily. Quite like the fabric, do you?
Yeah.
And it's on a Fiat Ducato.
Good storage in there.
That's the new one with the new screen. What was that you're saying about storage?
A bit of storage in there.
Yeah, that's
deep.
pretty good.
That's your table. You must be able to put it here or at the back.
Yeah.
It's got this flip up bit for the kitchen extra. Storage up here.
Quite like that skylight.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we didn't want, wasn't it? Bathroom.
Yes, but I would like a bathroom.
Actually, there's quite a few people have commented on the last video that even if you've got a bathroom, you can actually use it to store your wet coats and things.
Yes.
And I thought that was a really good idea, so I'm warming a little bit to that. Let's have a look then.
I'm just having a look myself.
Right, okay.
There you are, you looking. So you flip the sink up when you want to shower, see?
Yeah, okay.
And there's a wee cabinet there for all your bits.
Right. I see that. Right, okay. And then you've got a twin burner, haven't you? You want to go in first?
So you've got a sink, twin burner, so a wee bit bigger than we've got in Maggie, but basically the same.
Yeah.
3-pin plug here. Under here we've got a big deep drawer. Your cupboard with your gubbins under there. Cupboard with more gubbins, but a shelf. Cutlery drawer.
Yeah.
Cupboard that's got gubbins at the bottom of it. A little grill.
I suppose that would be handy.
These must be your lights, are they? Yeah. Upper storage, not too deep, but deep enough.
I quite like the
That one's
storage.
deep.
I like the cupboard fronts.
Yeah, I like them too. I like them better than that kind of kidonny wood.
Yeah.
Oh look, it's got the
Fly screen.
fly screen.
Yeah. And look, here's all of the controls up here. Might not pick it up because the light's poor, but that's all the controls up there. And where's my fixed bed?
Well, I think we would be better with a wee lounge area at the back. Because
But
during the day it's somewhere to sit,
That's
somewhere
not what we decided.
for Kira to go.
That's not what we decided.
Yeah, but look,
We said we were going to get a fixed bed.
I think a fixed bed is a bit of a waste of space, personally.
No, it's not. You can have a flop whenever you want to go and have a flop.
You can have a flop if you want to have a flop here, and you get a nice big fridge in this one.
Yeah, well, that's true, is that. I suppose even though you've got these seats, you could make up the bed, and if you could leave the bed up
Yes.
if you wanted to leave the bed up. That's actually, somebody was saying that on one of the YouTube videos we were watching, M from Vans for the Memories. That you gave us a little bit of an idea there. Yes, you can have some seating at the back, and you can just put the bed up as and when you want to, and you can even leave it up if you can't be bothered putting it down.
Yeah, because we've got the seat at the front.
So you do sleep transverse in this van, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be big enough? Let's have a look.
Yeah.
We would need to ask to see the bed down, wouldn't we?
Yeah. And this is the fridge.
It does look as if it might be big enough. I'm only 5'10".
I mean, look at the size of the fridge.
The fridge is huge.
That's what we're looking for. I'm looking for a bigger fridge.
Yeah.
And loads of storage. So yeah, I do like it.
There's a nice big skylight up there too.
Yeah. And it's got the screens, see? 5 screen,
Yeah.
night screen. Yes, I do like it.
Back in the garden again. I have to say I did like that van, and it's got us thinking about a few things, particularly about the layout that we want to go for when we do pick a new van. But meanwhile here in the garden, the guys have been busy. Round the front of the house, that triangular feature that we've got for planting, they've had to lift the slabs there and relay them, and they're working their way up the side of the house. And here at the back, they've been laying this channel drain around the side of the property. That's obviously to catch the water that'll come off the new patio. So they've put all of this hardcore down, and that's where the new slabs are going to go. But I suppose the big news for us is that Maggie has been sold. Yes, we've sold our wee brown van. There was a little bit of a tear in our eye when we let her go this morning, but a really nice chap's come to buy her. Sean, I'm sure you're going to love Maggie. We've loved her over the last 3 years, and I'm sure you will too. But like I say, when we were up at No Park, it's made us think about what we want out of our next van. So we'll go inside and have a word with Trish and let you know what our thoughts are. Well, that's Maggie away.
So sad.
Yeah. We've had 3 good years though, haven't we? We've had 3 good years with Maggie in the wee brown van.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate the pandemic. And we didn't get away. And then obviously my dad not being very well. But
That's right, but she's gone to a good home.
yes, she has.
Absolutely has. You'll love her, Sean, as I said. And it just means that it is time for us to move on, isn't it? And I think seeing the shots on kind of made us change our minds a little bit, would you say?
Yes, so I had a wee bit of doubts about a fixed bed. I know they're fantastic. You can have a big thick mattress on them. However, I do feel that during the day, you've got this vast area. And yes, you can go and have a nap, you can lie down, but you're not really able to use it. So we had a wee rethink about it, didn't we?
Well, you did initially, and I was still sold on getting the fixed bed. But the more that we actually talked about it, most of the fixed beds that you see, they're way up here, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're quite high. Now, okay, if we were getting a custom build, you would tell them to bring it right down anyway. But it's true. We felt, I think, in the end, having chatted it through, maybe we could have the best of both worlds.
Yeah. So we had heard from one of, I think it was someone commented.
Yeah, that's right.
That yes, you could have a fixed bed, but you could also have a lounge at the back. So have the 2 seats if you want, or the 2 bench seats as they are, or just leave it up for during the day or when you're going out somewhere. So we thought, that's actually quite a good idea. You don't have as much storage as you would if the bed was high in the boot, but we're not going to be taking bikes or anything like that, or kayaks. We're not adventurous. No, not at all.
We just walk, and all you need is your legs and your feet.
Yes.
So a lot of people did comment on that, and thanks to everybody who commented. It really has made us think and has given us a lot of good ideas. And the other thing that kind of came from the comments as well, a lot of people were saying about the bathroom that you can use it as somewhere to hang your coats up and put your boots in.
So we did watch some YouTube videos about people who had bathrooms, or like the shower area or a toilet, whatever you want to call it, in their vans, and there's the vent at the bottom that's from your heating, and that blows through. And if you've got any wet clothes or washing or towels, obviously we have a lot of towels for Kira. When she gets wet, we have to towel her off, that you can hang them up in there, and because the vent's there, they get dried really quickly.
That's right. So I think that's also a really good idea.
Yeah.
And the chausson that we went to see, while we liked it, it was lacking in one thing, and that was a belted seat for Kira. So there was only 2 belted seats, wasn't there? And it's true, you could put an anchor point in the van for your dog so that you can actually secure it that way. But we don't think Kira would be particularly happy if she was too far away from us.
No, when we first got Kira and she was travelling in the car, we found that she was a very nervous traveller and she would be sick quite a lot. She's not sick anymore. She still gets a bit nervous. And even in Maggie, when we had the van seat pushed right back and Kira was on the seat and we were driving, she would be shaking a bit. It's like she didn't like that feeling of the vastness away from us. So we thought, I personally didn't think she would be happy, and I wouldn't be happy if she was stressed. So we had to think again about the chausson. As much as I loved the fit out of it, it's gorgeous. We'd really had to think about something else.
So we're probably looking for something where Kira can be quite close to us and belted in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our search is going to really start for real now. We'll be having a look around. And of course, the garden has all got to be finished too. So certainly on the next video, we will show you the finished garden in all its glory. And we'll give you an update, a further update on the camper van. All right, so we'll see you in that one.
Bye.
Ta, folks. Bye.